This is Spreadsheet Homeroom, short tutorials to turn your spreadsheeting into a superpower. Sometimes data just is not formatted the way you need. Full names instead of separate first and last names, for example, or hybrid fields like a full name plus an ID number. So in today's episode, we will learn how to combine and split text in a spreadsheet. Let's begin by concatenating the data on the left to get the last name, comma, space, the first name, space, and then in parentheses with the pound sign, the student's ID number. To begin, we'll press in G2, we'll press equals, and then the student's last name. Now, concatenate is the ampersand symbol. Concatenate just means to put together with. So we want the last name put together with a comma and a space. To do that, press the ampersand, and then in quotation marks, we put the comma and the space. Anything in quotation marks will be printed as text. Ampersand again, we now want the student's first name. In the preview, you can see this is doing exactly what we wanted. Last name, comma, space, first name. Ampersand again. Now we need the left parenthesis and the pound sign. So in quotation marks, the space after the first name, the parenthesis, the left parenthesis, and then the pound sign all inside the quotation marks. Ampersand, student's ID number, ampersand, and then in quotation marks, we'll close with the right parenthesis. So quote, right parenthesis, quote again. Press enter. That is looking excellent. And now we can fill down as far as we need. For reference, there are many ways to fill down. Some ways are better than others. For that video, check out the one I made about the array formula command. Now let's say we want to split text into separate columns. There's a feature called split text to columns. Highlight the text you want to be separated. Data, split text to columns. Now in this case, it detects automatically what we were trying to do. That was a comma in this case. You'll notice the comma is no longer there. And what came before the comma is in one column. What came after the comma is in another column. You can change that to be a space, for example. So wherever there's a space, space is removed and then everything is separated in the columns that way. Or you can enter a custom field, for example, a pound sign. Press enter, and now the pound sign is gone, and everything before to the left is separated from what came after the pound sign to the right. Finally, let's say we want to use the actual split formula. So in that case, you can actually use multiple separators instead of just one separator at a time. Press equals and type the split function. The text we want to split is back here in G2, comma, and then the delimiter we want to use. How do we want to separate? Put those in quotation marks. So let's say we wanted to separate by all the spaces. Now, just like we saw before, everywhere there's a space is now separated into its own column. The nice part about this is you can put multiple delimiters. So you can put the left parenthesis, the right parenthesis, the pound sign, and the space. In that case, we get the last name, first name, and the ID number. I notice there's a comma there, so we'll put in the comma as well. And we are back to our original data with the last name, first name, and the ID number. For more content like this to supercharge your spreadsheeting, visit spreadsheetsforschools.com. And the next time you're working with data, remember, this looks like a job for super spreadsheets.